was.
This is the coolest episode I've ever done. There's a lot of stuff that I don't even want to talk about. I'm afraid, like, for my life.
Right.
There's so much shady stuff going on. 6 dudes just storming the building. The guy that invited us, like, they take him to the corners, like, beat him up. They hit all our phones, our cameras. This industry is literally insane.
All right, we are here at Supply Chain Insiders. My name is Michael Berg, General Manager at Pallet, and we are joined today by Paul Bernard Jaroslawski, the freight meme king himself.
That's a very hard take.
AKA the founder of Freight Caviar.
What's Freight Caviar?
We have 3 different artisan level caviar, the finest assortment. This is my first time having caviar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Get out of here. And you're 31.
We're gonna have to cut that part out. The range is $3 after tax before freight costs, and then up to $300. Are you ready to try the Romanov wild Icelandic cod?
Yes.
Free and sustainably sourced off of Amazon caviar.
For $3?
For $3.
$3.
2 of those $3 went to freight transportation costs. I think that's the right
I meant to put it right here.
Yeah, right there. This is so exciting. My first
That's very exciting. And we also have vodka right here. So cheers, Michael.
What's the saltiest thing I've ever tasted?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's very fishy. I mean, obviously. Very salty. Like, why is caviar so expensive? It's because it's difficult to get that, right?
It's because it comes from a sturgeon.
Yeah, it's a type of fish.
Right. But a surgeon needs to.
They call it extracted. Yeah.
So you need a sturgeon surgeon. My understanding is that after your first gig in freight as a broker, you took some time off, traveled through Europe, right?
I got into logistics in 2015. I just finished psychology. I didn't want to get into more student debt. The pay wasn't that great, and I kind of had ambitions to like go do my master's, but also travel the world. My father worked for an airline for over 20 years at Chicago O'Hare Airport, EVA Air Cargo. Like an interesting benefit for my father was that I had like really cheap tickets to travel the world on standby. Then I was like, all right, let's go travel. So I traveled around Europe and a little bit around Southeast Asia, India.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You want to know the bump to level out the vodka?
Yes. When I was like 16, I actually wanted to get into film. That was my dream. You know, my parents came from Poland. You know, life wasn't so easy.
Right.
We lived paycheck to paycheck, like small condo. I needed to make some money. And so I went into college at U of I was a fraternity, and people know what happens in fraternities, kind of parties, and you know, there are certain aspects of it. I think the creativity like naturally came out of me, especially like being in logistics and seeing all the funny situations that occur. When I was a freight broker at Everest, every morning I would read the Morning Brew newsletter. I loved it. I was like, why don't we have this for freight? And I was kind of like always in the back of my mind. And on top of that, like I was following USA Transportation, where Bob's right there, like on his Instagram page. It was so funny because we shared like all his memes and like we'd always be laughing. And then I was calling Detention Denied, I Hate Crate. And that just came out. It was unbelievable. It was amazing. I came from living in the States where I was still living with my parents to like living like a king overnight. And I never like really intended to leave Everest because like in the fact my mind was like a great job. I'm like running a company in IKEA for the US market. But then, you know, like I get bored quite easy. After like 3 years of doing something, like I want to do something new and we're all going to be dead soon.
Exactly.
And so like, do I want to be stuck in this office grinding away, especially like my prime years? I'm like mid 20s, like almost already like late 20s. Like let's have some fun. Let's take some risks. Like let's just try out a lot of things. And so I ended up like opening a restaurant in Poland. This was during the pandemic. It lasted for a year and a half. Learned that I never want to get into the restaurant industry again. I also opened a brokerage that I was operating. It was a US brokerage. Yeah, I was doing so many things at once. I actually had another brokerage with different partners, and we were just like, then I closed one, working the other one. In the midst of all of this, I was actually also working as an agent for another brokerage because they were just paying me commission to do fair sales. A lot of things were going on. But like during all of it, I was spending most of my time on Instagram making great memes, and I was just loving life. I wasn't actually working on any other businesses. I was kind of just distracted. Yeah. And I was just like, you know, I'm getting like these dopamine spikes. I'm posting something, and all these likes. I'm like, I gotta keep posting content without even thinking about making money because I had money saved up. So I was like, whatever, like I'm good right now. I don't need to be making money right now. It's funny because like at a certain point, the following grew large enough on Instagram only because we were on Instagram only for like a year. We were only on Instagram.
Wow.
And after a while, like companies started reaching out, like, hey, Paul, like, I like your following. You know, obviously your followers are freight brokers, dispatchers. Like, can you market this product for us?
Okay.
And it got me thinking, like, if there are companies reaching out, you know, obviously there's a market for this.
Yeah.
This is interesting. This is new. This is different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what if I just double down on this?
Yeah.
Let go of the other stuff. Slowly but surely, I was like, kind of like closing out the other businesses. And I just like, this seems like the right thing to do. So just started working on it. We started expanding to LinkedIn, got the newsletter up and running, the podcast up and running, and it grew from there. I guess like from a creativity standpoint, like I definitely have more of a creative mind than I would say like analytical mind.
Right.
Which has this downside sometimes. It's sometimes like, it's like I take risks, you know, like they don't always pan out, but overall, they've helped me so much. As I'm able to be here right now with you eating caviar and drinking vodka because of that.
Maybe the biggest risk would be not taking the risk.
It is. That is a big risk.
Man, you got me hyped right now. I'm feeling really good. Gonna have to get your number. We're gonna have to go out later, take a couple risks. Something happens. But cheers to that, man.
Cheers to that. We need more vodka.
Yeah, we need.
No, I don't have any vodka in here.
So your team for Freight Caviar started out with just you?
So in the beginning, it was just me.
Just you?
Yeah, it was just me. I didn't know what the plan was, right? It was just like, all right, we're getting some runs into the door. I'm still having to pay for my lifestyle, and you know, we're still losing money. Like, I mean, I'm losing money because of the, like, not the businesses, like I was losing money because my life expenses were greater. Right now I was bringing in. Right now it's a little bit different. But back in 2021, double brokers are essentially like the ones that weren't defrauding carriers or scamming them. They would just go on DAT, they would have a carrier on seats, or they would have a carrier authority, they would call a broker, take a load, and then they would resell it for cheaper to someone else. We ended up going to Armenia back in 2021 in November to film like Freight Caviar content, kind of like by style, like going to visit the double brokerage office, talking to double brokers. And we had like the best content. Like even like to this date, I don't think I've done better content than that. We got like real account stories at double brokers. We were sitting down with them in their double brokering office and they were just disclosing everything they do.
Wow.
But we also got into trouble with some individuals in Armenia. And I don't know if you want to hear the story or not.
I do.
Okay, this is a good story.
This is what we're waiting for.
Before we dive into the story, should we take another shot of vodka or?
I love another shot of vodka.
And caviar already?
This is, like I said, this is my first time drinking vodka in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
First time ever at his gas. Yes.
Yeah. Special day.
So I want to hear more about Armenia. It sounds like one of the bachelor parties that I organized in South America. That's the vibe. Kidding. Before we do that, let's do some more caviar.
Let's do it.
This is the $150
For 1 ounce.
per ounce, locally sourced from California, right here, Half Moon Bay, under the Bay Bridge. I'm gonna do a little bit more just because I'm a California native.
All right, well, cheers. Michael, cheers. This one, let's share it to Hallet and Freight Caviar.
Hallet and Freight Caviar.
That's the success of both.
Yes.
Cheers.
What'd you think of this one?
I really like this one.
You like this one?
Yeah. I thought it was great.
I thought the texture was like no texture.
It's kind of gooey. It's kind of just like combos. Yeah, it's kind of like slimy, but I liked it.
PB&J like slimy.
This was November 2021. And I go on Instagram and I'm like looking at like her demographics and I see like 67% of our audience on Instagram was in the US.
Yep.
Number 2 on that list was Armenia
Okay.
with like just over 6% of our audience. I need to go see what is going on there.
Yeah.
Because as a freight broker for myself, I remember like the amount of Armenians calling for loads was insane.
Yeah.
I travel the world. I like visiting new countries. I've never been to Armenia before. Like, let's go see what's going on here. And I hit up my friend Tom, who's my best friend. And Tom's like all in. Tom's all in. And then Derek, it was funny because I didn't know him before I talked to him for the first time. I go up to Derek, the restaurant. I'm like, hey, Derek, I'm going to Armenia like in a week or 2. Do you want to come with us to film some content? And Derek's never been on an airplane before. But he's like, yeah, of course. Like, I'll go to Armenia. Like, let's go film some content in Armenia. He's never been on an airplane before. Like, yeah, like, I know there's some shady stuff going in Armenia at this point. Like, but I'm like, you know, we're gonna go there. We're gonna film some content. I wasn't expecting to get in trouble. On the way to the airport in Holland, I'm like, Derek, by the way, like, we're gonna be dealing with some kind of shady people. Like, in a sense, like, they're doing kind of like shady stuff in the U.S. logistics industry.
Okay.
But I think we'll be fine. We all fly to Armenia. 2 double brokers picked us up from the airport. Like, great guys. The hospitality in Armenia is off the charts.
Really?
Oh my goodness. Like, we go there and I post a photo on my Instagram story like, hey, we're in Armenia. This was at night because we landed at night. And then I woke up in the morning and all these DMs from like people like, hey, Paul, like, you know, welcome to Armenia. Like, let us show you around. And so I just was like, look at my DMs and I just selected one of them randomly. And I was like, hey, like, that's me. So we ended up getting coffee with these 2 double brokers. They're okay to be on camera, so we're filming everything, but they don't want to show us their office. You know, the double brokering office, and like kind of worried about it. But after 4 hours, you know, we got to get to know each other. We're like, you know, drinking coffee, talking, etc. They're like, all right, we'll take you to the office, we'll show you around. So we go there, and it's like this old university building that's still operating. Well, we walk into this old like USSR university building, and we go into this room. We walk in. There's like 6 double brokers, like just covering freight, but they were actually paying carriers, you know. And back then, it was still a hot market, and the hot market was more double brokering. Now it's more scamming and defrauding carriers because the market's so bad, and because they learned new tricks. Some did, but we go there. We're having a good time. Someone rolled up a joint. Someone was drinking beer. It was like in the midst of it, like they're also playing video games. I forgot what video game.
Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor. They're playing Medal. They're playing Medal of Honor. They're showing us, and like at that point, I was like, hey guys, you mind if I go on Instagram just to show like, you know, people in the U.S. like freight brokers what a double brokering office.
They didn't like that.
Well, they were okay with the people in the office, and like we had 250 people watching us for 5 minutes straight on our Instagram live.
Wow.
And everything's great. And then like 5 minutes after I turn up the live, literally 6 dudes just storm in the building. Like
What?
these, like, yeah, like they look like just like straight up Mafia, right? Like, and there's the guy that invited us. Like they take him to the corners, like beat him up. Like they start yelling and screaming. They take all our phones, our cameras. They started like deleting all of our content because we had the best images. I am so upset like that never came out, because it would be like the Vice News war logistics, like going and turning it, going to double brokering office, talking to double brokers, hearing all that what they do on that side of things, and all of it. That's all of it. You know, like it is what it is. Whatever. Like it calms down. They take us to, like cafe, the Moscow Cafe in Yerevan, which is open like 24 hours a day. Like it's already like midnight, and for like 4 hours, they're talking to us. Like he's
The Mafia guys?
yeah, I would call them Mafia. I mean, I don't know what else to call them. Like they look like Mafia. Like they were, you know, all dressed up like Mafia, and it was pretty serious. Oh yeah, like actually only 2 of them were talking to us. So the other 4 were just kind of like looking at us the whole time. Probably they didn't speak English maybe, or they just were they're like intimidate us. I don't know what it was. So like they're like, hey, we're paying carriers. Like we don't want you guys to expose us like this. Like, and we had this conversation. We're like, all right, they let us go. And we were actually like about to leave the country because we had 2 more days left in the country, but we were about to leave because we were like, people are gonna be watching us. Like funny enough, he ended up saying, but funny enough, like the next day we're like walking around Yerevan, and like a dude in the black G-Wagon just rolls down his window, stares at me, just literally stares at me and rolls his window back up.
Wow.
There's a lot of stuff that I don't even want to talk about, like specifically, because I'm afraid like for my life.
Right.
Because this industry is literally insane. There's so much shady stuff going on. And the shadiness is like literally prime for like vice suits.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There's a whole Netflix documentary waiting.
There is a Baptist documentary reading, and we're actually in the process of working on that.
Cool cliffhanger. We like the California white sturgeon.
It's very soft.
It has no texture.
No.
It's pure flavor, no texture.
Well, I'm curious as to why is caviar so expensive? Like it's good, I like it, but I would never have paid $150 for it.
Well, we're closing the round 2, the California
Yeah.
white caviar. We're about to embark on the holy grail of caviar. $300,
Yeah.
an ounce.
Crazy.
It is crazy. Before we get to that, you need to get through the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is answering the most serious question that we prepared for this interview. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you have a secret Beam account that is unrelated to freight?
I've thought about it before, but no, I don't.
Don't lie. I know. Damn, he keeps a straight face. No lie, right?
I kind of wish I did it. Yeah. Yeah. Like Grape Juice Boys. I wish I was that account.
If you ever get the urge to start a new venture, let me know. I'll have my people reach out to your people and get something going.
Sounds good.
So we have the French Petrosian Sturgeon Caviar
Hybrid.
beluga.
Yeah.
Artisan,
Yes.
sustainably sourced, handcrafted, placed on hand.
Every bump's like, what, $75 per hour?
Yeah, easily. Every egg, probably $7.50.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh, here, looking at, I can smell it immediately. It smells rich.
yeah, but it's small man.
It smells like these eggs are Nepo babies. You first, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and place your spoon in here. And it looks like, so I don't know how this happened, but it looks like this has been refilled as well.
I mean, this is like literally like a $60 bumper here. That's like a pretty small one.
Yeah, $60 bump is crazy. Usually you have to pay $60 for a gram.
Oh. Cheers. Cheers.
So sticky.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I'm not sure though. I think I might pour the white sturgeon with California.
Yeah. Everything's better in California.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Mess up taxes.
How would you rank the 3 caviars we had?
I think the first one was actually terrible. Even just looking at the caviar spectrum, it was like a 2.
I mean, it was like $1 caviar.
Yeah, it was $1 caviar.
There was like yellow number 40 and they're like red number 5. It was weird. I've never seen caviar with like coloring.
The second one was pretty good. I'd say on the caviar spectrum, I'd give it like a 7, 6 or 7. This one is my favorite. I think that's because I have this weird thing about me where like the more money I spend, there's a direct correlation between dollars spent and units of fun had. Surely psychological. If you had told me that the prices were different, it'll definitely change my answer.
I know what you mean. For the white sturgeon and this beluga hybrid, I don't know. They're both almost the same level, right?
Yeah.
Like 7, 8.
7 or 8?
7 or 8, yeah.
Okay. We were wondering if you could tell us a little bit, maybe even show us about your favorite meme. Maybe it was the first meme that went viral. Maybe it's just like your own personal favorite meme.
There's actually a few of them, and it's kind of hard to choose. There's one that like didn't maybe go so viral. Actually, this is
Can you turn me into a meme by any chance?
maybe from this podcast. Depends. We'll see the facial expressions. We'll be free to probably turn something into meme. It's not that difficult. Okay. I have my favorite meme, and then actually this one is like the cutest meme I've ever made in my life. It always upset me because I thought this meme's gonna go like viral because I think it's the most like very creative and also very funny.
Yeah.
And it's like I posted it a couple times and only got like 100 likes, 200 likes. I'm like this should get like 20,000 likes and like 20 million views. This is just so amazing.
People just don't know what they're talking about.
Here it is.
This is amazing. See this? Did you move the chocolate? I'm baking it up right now. I have a question for you. As an entrepreneur, business owner, there's a lot of competition out there for a lot of other media publications and studios and influencers. Where do you think Freight Caviar sits in that mix, in the ecosystem, in the world of logistics?
You know, when you look at publications in freight, a lot of them are quite old. I would say that they aren't capturing the attention of millennials and Gen Z. They capture maybe like the older people that have been in our industry. And they obviously have like high quality like content informations. But when you look at millennials and Gen Z, they want funny, they want fast, they want interesting, educational, which in many ways I think is the right approach. Like I maybe because I'm a millennial, I really like the way content is evolving. And there's obviously like cons to it. Like, yeah, we have for attention spans. We just want to like quick dopamine, like go and watch stuff. But at the same time, like what's interesting is like there's so much content being created on specific topics.
Yep.
And you go on Instagram, you go on YouTube, you go on TikTok, and you see this video content. There's some people that are creating a lot of value.
Yep.
They have like the reels and the shorts attracted to their long form content. I think that's like a differentiator. You want to create short form content that does very well in order to get people to your long form content, which it's more in depth. You're actually going to be learning.
Yes.
And you're going to be able to retain that information.
Right.
And so when I look at Freight Caviar right now, and one of our, I guess, greatest differentiators is that like we are okay with being edgy. We've always been we started with memes that are like were funny and they were maybe inappropriate, but they show the industry properly. And people know that this industry is like, it's not the most professional industry.
Like you're leaning into the authenticity,
Yes.
the edge, the authenticity.
No. And I think like maybe some people will say we somewhat maybe lost that since we brought on, you know, a lot of sponsors. Like we're obviously a media company now that our revenue comes in from our advertisers. So like it does maybe make us a little bit less edgy, right? But we still try to retain it as much as possible as we can. And if you look at the market as a whole, like we are still like the edgiest, I would say, especially the ones that are maybe have larger followings.
Yeah.
But like when I look at the future of Break Ever, what really excites me is being able to continue on this journey of like creating this content, but getting even deeper. Like we are currently in the process of finishing up our Mexico documentary. We've done a circuit documentary. Our Armenia one unfortunately got deleted. But there are so many stories to be told in logistics industry. And in like a Netflix style way, like, you know, like we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
Like my goal isn't to be on Netflix. You know, maybe down the line, maybe it is, but like not right now. But like right now, it's like we could do all that without having to be on Netflix. How do we create the most exciting stories on YouTube to where like people that are professionals in logistics and also people outside of logistics that just want to like learn about it are able to sit down on a Friday night and just turn on YouTube and be like, this is what I want to watch, right? And what really excites me is being in a position where I could decide where to take the company.
Yeah.
Because that is worth more than gold. What I love about media is that you could do anything.
Yeah.
Like it's an open book. Like you could be as creative as possible.
Yeah.
I could go to like northern Norway and do a whole logistical like documentary or breakdown of what's going on in northern Norway.
Yeah.
And people will still think it's interesting if I do it properly. Right now, that's like the big vision is to definitely get into like really high quality video content. And then that's where I might be putting a lot of effort in. And that's what makes me want to also move to Chicago. Like it's kind of past a year here because I need to be here, boots on the ground. I need to be working on this. If this is what my dream is, like I need to do more.
Yeah.
So that's what excites me greatly to get those like bangers out. And like every year is make a season, probably like 6 episodes, maybe more, depending on where we go. Where people are just like, I can't like Break Ever's release new video, like we gotta watch it, right?
Sunday nights.
Sunday nights, yeah, exactly. It's gonna become a thing.
Y'all heard it here first. PB&J is moving to Chicago, setting up
Part-time.
Part-time.
half in Chicago, half in Warsaw. Great.
Chicago better get ready.
I gotta get ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all gotta get ready.
And keep a lookout for a Freight Caviar limited series, 6 episodes per season, Sunday nights. It's gonna be the next Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, this SF trip has brought out so much excitement in me that I haven't felt in years.
So you're surrounding yourself with all these other founders.
Surrounding with other founders and just like seeing like, you know, like
The grind
finding a vision and a dream. And I need to like get this done. I've been like just kind of chilling. I've been coasting for a while, you know? There's so much value in coming here and seeing this tech talent.
Yes.
Cause so ambitious.
So ambitious.
And like we spoke earlier, like has a chip on their shoulder
Yes.
that they will do anything to create something meaningful.
Yes.
That you don't get this energy anywhere else in the world. It's actually insane.
Yes.
Like I've been here for 5 days and I haven't felt this inspired and motivated since I was like 18.
Preach.
Honestly, if there's any bit of advice that I could offer to people, it's like, you got to go to SF and like hang out with these tech companies. Yes.
Yeah. And you know, our CEO just yesterday was talking to us about how we need to be more edge.
Oh, yeah.
All these tech companies, they're all out here saying the same thing, getting nice. The agnostic tech companies put blue on their website everywhere because that's like the friendly color. He said, no,
Yeah.
that's not what we're about. Palace gonna be the edgy company. We're gonna be the ones that are polarizing, controversial. It sounds like you have a similar philosophy.
Yeah, for sure. I think edginess is authenticity.
Yes.
Right? Like you're not edgy, not because you don't want to be edgy. You're not edgy because you're afraid.
Right.
Everyone has it in them.
Yep.
And it's important to let out what you have inside.
The industry, logistics, freight, transportation, trucking, we need a creative outlet like Freight Caviar. We need something to rally behind. We need a cultural phenomenon that we can come to the office around, show the memes, send slacks about. We need something like that, you know? Can't just be talking to customers all day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You need an outlet to like be able to be informed but also entertain. And that's why we're here. We're here to entertain and inform.
Help build culture. You're helping build culture at brokerages and tech companies and logistics providers around the world.
Thank you.
Yeah. We want to know, what is your and Freight Caviar's spirit animals?
Freight Caviar spirit animal. That's the first time I ever had that question. So my spirit animal, and this question, the only reason I know the answer to this question is because my best friend Tom Solitsky always asks. He's the one like who discovered my spirit animal, but I would say it's a black bear.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, black bears are the kindest bears.
Yes, but they can still tear your face out.
Yes, exactly. But in Latin, Paul actually means small, and Bernard means bear. So my Latin name is technically small bear.
Oh.
And I've always loved bears. Bears were always like my favorite animal growing up.
Yeah.
And I'm also tall. So like black bear is my spirit animal.
What are you, like 6'6"?
6'8".
Yes, I'm that tall.
Yeah, it's not that tall. It's not tall. Small tall. Freight Caviar spirit animal. Tom, I need your help for this one. I don't know about Freight Caviar spirit animal.
There's gold.
The jaguar? It's gold.
It was.
This is the coolest episode I've ever done. Thank you.
There we go.
Maybe a sturgeon. Caviar.
Yeah, sturgeon.
Sturgeon are like dinosaurs.
You want to know the bump to level out the vodka?
Yeah.
My goal is to get you talking so much that we never make it to Caviar round 2.
Oh, stop.
But we're just getting to
Yeah.
get stuffed off of this
I
room.
might even take off my sunglasses, to be honest. Cheers to that. We need more vodka.
There is real vodka in this, guys. The next one I want to cheers to living like a king.
I feel like we still live like kings. Didn't they see?
They had chamber pots.
How would you rank the 3 caviars we had?
I think the first one was actually terrible. Yeah. Even just looking at the caviar spectrum.
Like, why is caviar so expensive? It's because it's difficult to get that, right?
It's because it comes from a sturgeon.
Yeah, it's a type of fish.
Right. But a surgeon needs to.
They call it extract it. Yeah.
So you need a sturgeon surgeon.
Freight Caviar is pretty animal.
You'd have to take Freight Caviar to a campfire in the woods.
A butterfly? This is fun. We could talk about more trips around us here now. I feel like there's so much cool stories in Freight. I just hope I don't get killed.